Okay, so my little review of Oracle's email cloud service. Impressed, was easy to set up. What I do recommend, you just Google Oracle Apex Cloud Send Email. The top article was the one I used. There's a few other good ones down here, examples how to set up email. It took me about an hour, not even an hour, to figure it all out and get it working. This is the main article that I used, and the only, I'd say, drawback to this article is it doesn't cover Sender Policy Framework, which is a DNS on your DNS side. So I want to send emails as, Ethan at myapexapp.com, and I want whoever's getting those emails to know that I approve of sending that email, even if Oracle sends the email on my behalf. So I go in and I set up a DNS record, a .text DNS record that can be used to verify that. So the receiver gets the email, says, hey, Oracle is sending this email, but it looks like it belongs to my apexapp.com. Let me go check with them and see if they gave permission for Oracle to send this. And they can query that DNS text record, and it will come back with the right authority. It says, yes, Oracle can send that email. So you should set that up. That's covered in Oracle Cloud Infrastructure documentation under Configure SPF. It'll tell you what you need to do. And if you don't know how to do DNS with your domain names, there's probably lots of tutorials. I'm using various providers, but in this case it was Hover. Bought the domain last night. You just go in, DNS, add text record, and that's pretty much it. Add what you need to. You'll figure it out. So one of the things I did catch is that there's a 1,000 character limit per any line when you're passing to the body. So that was something that I'm going to write a function in ArcSQL that I call to send email. That way, if I want to use SendGrid, I can use SendGrid behind the scenes. If I want to use Oracle, I can use Oracle, or I can use another provider to send email. And then all the code I write will call ArcSQL. So that's how I like to do things. And what I'll probably add into that is something that auto chunks the lines in the body. You can maybe specify a limit, say 100 characters per line, and it will provide a clean break. It'll look for it won't break in the middle of a word, basically. So I will probably work on that next. And then this will get integrated into my all-in-one sign-up form, which I do like Oracle email right now better than SendGrid. It was actually easier probably to set up than SendGrid. And so I'll probably go ahead and default to using that and probably not use SendGrid from this point on, because I'd like to use Oracle where I can. Initially, I had to provide credit card and stuff so I could use the email even though it's free. I don't know that was enabled by default. You might need to do that too. If you want to use Oracle email, you might have to set up a billing account for that. So I've got that, but the limits are totally reasonable. I'll probably never exceed them anytime soon. Also, one of the things I do with monitoring and alerting is, you kind of, in ArcSQL, there's a way in which you can kind of batch emails and only send them once, you've hit a certain limit. There's ways to do that you can reduce the amount of emails that you're actually sending, and that's good for the person getting the alerts, on a dev system. If you want 2 emails, a day, as opposed to 100, you just get 2 with like 50 events in them, things like that. So all in all, really impressed with Oracle's email cloud service.